But the kingdom of God, this way of life that we're talking about living in, starts with 1,000 little things, or it consists of 1,000 little things, and it starts with one. And most people that I know, I talk to, especially folks who are like high school and college and want to, I want to change the world. I want to, got to find out what God's calling me to do. I want to do things. I hear this all the time. Mike, I want to do big things for God. I'm going, do you realize God flung a rock 90 billion miles from here, and he keeps it in orbit? Like, your big things don't really compare to his big things. He doesn't need you to do big things for him. I mean, do I think God is impressed that we have a big church? God, this is not like he's like, oh, whew, I'm so glad Mike's there doing this thing. That's not how this works. But this is how we work, because we tend to think that our work is produced by effort, it's produced by solving and fixing, it's produced by results. He's like, no, there's a different way for you to live and to operate. And what I've learned, and I want to say this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, you want to do big things for God, you want to do big things, you want to do significant things in this world, do a bunch of small things well. You do a bunch of small things faithfully and consistently over time, they will amount to big things. If you can ever get that in your mind, it frees you from having to hit the grand slam or the jackpot or the lottery or whatever you talk about, and you start to move in a direction in which God is more than capable and willing to walk you in. This is why he invited us into a way. He handed us the keys and he said, walk with me. It's a relationship that we need to learn how to walk in and live in. And this is the picture that we begin to see. There's a reason why it's so important for us to think about this, because we live in these two sort of places. There are people like us who do things like this, but we live in a world like this. We're trying to figure out what it looks like to live in the kingdom, but yet we are sucked into the world around us, because that's what happens to us. There's a way for us to learn how to live differently in this world, to be people like us who do things like this. We don't have to get sucked into all the other things that the world sort of pulls us into.